Paul, you did it. Hi, everybody. Skating PJ here. I am so happy to be back on Facebook Live. So we've got this week, and then we've got next week before I head off to the World Figure Skating Championships. So I am delighted to be joined by you guys here in my virtual living room, which is actually Paul's real living room, but okay, that's splitting hairs. I want to give a shout out to all of my fellow skating buddies who are covering figure skating so well. International Figure Skating Magazine, at Bev Smith Writes, Ryan Stevens with his Skate Guard blog, which is a great, hi Jackie, so good to see you here. Jackie, hi Leah, good to see you too, and congratulations on all of the success that Mike's having with the Paralympic stuff. I also want to say a big shout out to Jackie Wong. Jackie, you do the work of 10 men. 10 people. Actually, I should probably say it that way. Annie, Danielle, Elizabeth, so good to see you here. So guys, let's get right to it. Let's talk about skating. Have I missed anybody, Paul?
The skate guard.
I said skate guard. I said Ryan Stevens. Ryan, I am glad that you're here somewhere. Jackie does rock. Jackie, you are absolutely right. Christine, you've been watching Junior Worlds. What are you thinking so far? You know, I wrote this week on my blog about the number of skaters who have come up through the ranks, remarkably through the Junior World ranks. Most recently with the women, Yevgenia Medvedeva. Hey, Courtney, with her Junior World title, and then the Senior World title the following year. So she was Junior World Champion 2015, Senior World in 16 and 17, and then of course we have that amazing Alina Zagitova, World Champion, Junior World Champion a year ago, and now Olympic champion. I wonder what's going to happen at the World Championships. So thank you, Josh, for coming along. Look at you making it live. You are so smart. Me too. I made it live, so that's really good. I was kind of fixing my hair just beforehand, but that's okay. It's perfect. So let's talk a little bit about those juniors. You just never know who's going to come up through those ranks. I mean, you look at pair champions, Wen Jingsui and Song Han. 3-time Junior World Champions, and then in 2017, World Champions. So I think that that's pretty remarkable. Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer, the first time that they won the Junior World title was in 2000 and let's say 2006. They were silver medalists, I think, in 2005. At least I think that's what I wrote on my blog. There they ended up as 2-time Olympic champions, 3-time world champions. Patrick Chan only ever came 7th in the Junior World ranks before becoming 3-time world champion. So the some people are whining about the number of no-shows at Worlds. They don't look at the positive. Tell me what you think the positive is, Elizabeth. I know that we've got some skaters who aren't going to be showing up, but you know what? We've got a full field in the ladies event. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen right there. Courtney's talking about La Joie and Yagatha as superb. Yes, Paul.
Oh, I was just going to ask.
There.
I was going to ask you about that. Is that usually it was like back in the day? I guess I don't know. You went to Worlds. There was no question. Usually, everybody went to Worlds. What do you think changed?
Well, I think a few things changed. I think first of all, the post-World Championship after the Olympic Games, people peaked at the hi Paul from Jackie. Jackie, we love you. The post-World Championships, I mean, if athletes did it right, they peaked at the Olympic Games. It's a whole lot of energy and a whole lot of time between arriving in time for the team event to going all the way through. That part is really kind of tough. And Elizabeth, it is the start of the next quadrennial. So it's an opportunity for us to see some folks really rise and shine. I think it's also a chance for some of the athletes who didn't have the skate that they are looking for to really redeem themselves. So I'm hopeful that, for instance, Carolina Kostner is going to be back in her hometown of Italy. At least that's what I've heard tell. So for her to have 2 performances back-to-back, wouldn't that be fantastic? I'm excited for the men's event too, Josh. So we're looking at Shauna versus Nathan. What's not to like about that? Both young guns. Nathan, of course, was not at his absolute best at the Olympics, but holy smokes, that free program, unbelievable. for him to go from 17th to 5th place at the Olympic Games, that was unreal. And you know what? I don't know this for sure, but there was some chat that he was not in 100% best health. So for him to do that, not on all cylinders, look out, world. I've said all the way along, Nathan Chen is somebody to watch out for. And that, Shoma Uno, those knees on those landings, unreal. So I'm really excited about that. It looks as if Medvedeva and Zagitova are going to be there. It looks as if for the moment that Osman and Daleman are going to be there. So along with Larkin Osman. So I am excited to see what she's able to do. Kind of felt for Larkin at the Olympic Games because I really felt that she outskated some of the skaters who ended up ahead of her. I would have liked to have seen her qualify for the free program. So I'm hopeful she gets a chance to do that at the World Championships. And Courtney, I'm hoping that Gabby Daleman can skate as well as she can as well. That girl is an absolute tiger. So too bad about the Olympic Games, but you know what? Lots more skating to come, don't you think, Paul?
Yes, and there's a comment about hoping Gabby skates well.
Yeah.
And I hope she does too after, like kind of redeems her season and her confidence.
Yep. Well, she is the world bronze medalist after all.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen by accident. That happened on the strength of terrific talent. And I'm hoping that Hubble and Donahue get the silver as well. So that's going to be really exciting to see. I felt for them. They just had a really tough go at the Olympic Games in that free program. They're beautiful dancers. And I said to them on more than one occasion backstage, they get the gold medal for most improved ice dance team in the last couple of seasons. They really have gone from 0 to 60 in no time. So good for them. I'm hoping for really good skates for everybody. So did you guys get a chance to watch the Oscars? It was so much fun to see that Adam Rippon and Mirai Nagasu were on the red carpet, and I actually saw by accident, which was great. I was channel surfing. Adam Rippon was on CNN today. So that was a whole lot of fun to see him speak. He is so articulate. I love the fact that he is so supportive of his fellow athletes, and good for him. So Carol Hopper, woohoo, a blast from the past. Carol is responsible for so much in my announcing career. I can't even begin to tell you. Carol Hopper, that one's for you. Adam is a star, Jackie. You know what? Plain and simple. Adam Rippon. I've always known it, you've always known it, and now the world will knows it.
Adam's going to be on The View tomorrow.
You know what? How much fun is that going to be? I hope he gives that McCain girl a little bit of a run for her money. I'm just saying.
Oh, me too.
That's just me. There's a couple of the other ones, but that's the only name I remember.
You know how I like to watch The View.
I know. Paul's always watching The View. But I do.
I am.
He is watching The View. He's not really. Okay, Ryan loves that free dance that Hubble and Donahue do. It's absolutely sizzling. Okay, who agrees with me? Madison Hubble looks like a young Anne Margaret. Who's with me on that? That, I mean, by the way, many of you don't even know who Anne Margaret is. Carol Hopper knows. I know. Paul, do you know? Mm-hmm. Paul knows, but he's a film student, so, you know. But you know what? She is Joanne Shaw. Woo! Another one. Joanne, we're going to have to talk synchro soon. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Okay, not Anne Margaret. You don't think so? I think Anne Margaret's a beauty. And you know what? Madison reminds me of her. I haven't said that. Okay, so what do you think, Jackie? Who does she look like to you? Not look like, kind of favors. First of all, she has that sultry, sizzling thing going on. And secondly, she has that beautiful face, that classic bone structure. Bye-bye, Birdie. Bye-bye, Birdie for a free dance. That's what Peggy says. You know what, Peggy? We could rule the world. If only the skaters tuned in. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But I just am really proud of how the skaters really managed themselves. Lauren Bacall. Oh, you know what? I hadn't thought of that. What do you think, Paul? I'm asking Paul.
Sure.
Paul says sure. He doesn't know who Lauren Bacall is. I do. You know what? We need to find a way for Paul to find a Lauren Bacall picture and an Anne Margaret picture. Take away the red hair, pretend that Anne Margaret had brown hair, and then that's what I think. You know what, Josh? You may be right. It may be Lauren Bacall. Either way, she is that classic Hollywood beauty. I am entirely envious of everything to do with Madison Hubble, including the outfits, but it's a whole other story. It's all I can do to come up with a fancy necklace. Anyway, Piper, you know who Piper Gillis reminds me of if we're going to play this game? She reminds me of Kate Hudson, sort of a fresh-faced, all-American beauty. That's kind of what I think of. Always wanted to shoot her and Zach in the Maltese Falcon. Oh, because you're a photographer. Okay, I wasn't sure exactly where we were going with that. So look up YouTube and Netflix. That's what Liz has to say. You know what? Great ideas, one and all. Okay, I want to play a little bit of a game. If you had a chance to put music together with a skater, what would the music be? What would the skater be? Just, let's say, free program. What would you think? Don't be sorry, Jackie. It's just me. I'm completely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So skater and music. I want to see anybody, Shoma Uno, I think, maybe, skating to Kodo drums. Who's in? Who thinks that that would be fantastic? Bye Bye Birdie we have already for Madison and Zach. Blues and Helen Donahue. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing with Madison and Zachary. They do a sultry, hot, get me out my fan kind of blues interpretation. So I really, I love that male-female dynamic that works so well for them. So I think that that's absolutely terrific. Anybody else got any suggestions for skaters and music? Mine, as I said, Kodo drums, Shoma Uno. I think he could just absolutely do it. You know what, Jackie? Blues for Kluk, I love that piece of music, but it will always go back to Peter Chernyshev and oh, I can see your face, so pretty, dark-haired girl. First time I heard the music, actually Korean, Four Continents, like around 2002. She may have been an Amanda. Okay, somebody help me out. Peter Chernyshev, ice dance partner, pretty girl, brown hair.
Jacqueline Peter?
No, Peter Chernyshev, who's American. Everyone should skate to ABBA. Ryan, I have an ABBA free zone. We've talked about that before. There will be no ABBA on my watch. Okay? Are we clear? No ABBA. ABBA, no. No ABBA. Or ABBA, oh no, if you want to spell it the same way.
Is that water?
Naomi, thank you very much. That's exactly right. What's the last name? Naomi. Anyway, they were lovely. I first heard that music then, and that's who I was thinking of. What do you want, Paul?
I was going to ask, is that just water in your cup, or is it something else too?
It is just water from the content store. Naomi Lang. Thank you, Josh, because it would have tortured me
Liz.
All the way at night. Yeah, it was Josh that did it, not Liz. Liz, last name isn't something, I'm pretty sure. Okay, who else has got music? You know, it was one of my favorite programs when we had in 2010, the short dance, or whatever we called it then, that was ethnic music. I loved Davis and White's Bollywood program. There. I want anybody to skate to West Side Story all the time. You know what I'd really like to see? Paul, do you care?
Sure.
Dream Girls. I'm bananas. Okay. Not ABBA, then Tina Turner.
We're all the senior men.
Senior men. Rolling. Never mind. I loved it too, Jackie. That was an absolutely sensational short dance. How about Donahue are going to rock the tango? Tango. There's nothing I like. There's nothing I don't like better. You know what? Tango's my favorite rhythm. That and the quick step. Not the fin step, the quick step. I love a good quick step when they're hippity-skippiting across the dance floor. Or in the case of
technical term?
Hippity-skip it. Yep. Joanne Shaw will be able to tell you that, and so would Carol Hopper. Right? Spanish skated to Tina last year. You gotta love those Spaniards. They got it all figured out. Tina Turner. Who doesn't love Tina Turner? I mean, seriously. Hate the fin step. Me too, Greg. I just think it's dumb. Sorry. It's just the way I feel about it. But tango, I'm all in all the time. I've even seen tango shows here in Toronto at the theater. They are absolutely sensational. Quick step, though, wonderful. I love a good quick step. Liz, that's a great idea. Javier, are you listening? Rock the Casbah. What do you think, Paul? Paul is a junior male competitor. Not recently. Recently? No. He has the distinction of smart. Yeah. Adria Diaz and Sara Hurtado. It's one of my favorite names to say. Do you know, as a PA announcer, I have certain names that I just love to say that kind of keep me going in a competition. I go, that is the name of the competition.
Should you tell that story, the Shaylin story, the famous one?
Okay, if you listen to my Shaylin podcast, this is a true story. Why is it that I'm always embarrassing myself? Why is that, Paul? Do you know, I was pretty good at my announcing at the Olympic Games, even by my standard, but I did mess up once. We have to do these little bios, and I did award Keegan Messing, for some strange reason, a silver title, as opposed to a silver medal at the Canadian Figure Skating Championships. I just thought, I am losing my marbles. I suggested double and how to use skate to Scorpions.
Still loving you. Not sure if that will happen, but I talked to Mom.
Oh, okay. I like the Scorpions, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Do I? I think I do. Can you hum a little bit, Greg? Never mind. You can't. Anyway, so there were a few kind of errors that have happened all the way along. I think so, Courtney, but I haven't heard anything official. I'm still waiting to hear, and I imagine that I'm going to hear many more official bits and pieces in terms of news by next week's Facebook Live. Same bat station, same bat time here in Paul's bat living room. And we'll have lots to talk about before I head off to the World Championships. Carolina girl. Susan Joyner. You're not supposed to give them my secret name. That's my North Carolina friend. She's from Ahoskie, which sounds a little bit like a sneeze in terms of a place, but I'm sure that in the summertime it's quite lovely, although it's hot, especially if you're going by the river. So I'm in a real tear today, Paul. It's been quite exciting talking about the skating stuff. So you've just put up a YouTube link. What is that for?
It's Scorpions Still Loving You.
Oh, thanks for that.
So
you
we
know
can
what?
listen to it later. People know what it is.
I can listen to it later too and figure it out. I'm glad that Zuru pulled out too, because you know what? He is only 30% recovered. The fact that he was able to do that, I tell you what, eye of the tiger. Because when I saw him take the ice, I said, oh yeah. Did you guys know, by the way, I predicted 4 of the 5 gold medals on my CBC previews. Thank you very much. That's not easy to do. I just want you to know, especially when I was going uphill, going against the grain, going against the salmon swimming upstream for quite a few of them. Okay, how come no one skates to Shania Twain? That's a very good question. I have no answer for that. I guess because it's country music. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Is that in the same realm as ABBA?
Okay, ABBA in terms of huge dislike is up here. Country music, there. I know I'm Canadian, but you know what? I haven't seen hockey either. So I'm pretty sure my passport's going to be revoked. I would love Javier Fernandez to stay skating really for the rest of my natural life. Beyond that, well, it's anybody's guess. But seriously, I don't know of anybody who was more entertaining and more, dare I say, the complete package between technical prowess, the ability to interpret music, a sense of humor, just an all-around amazing skater. He is terrific. So Javier Fernandez, just keep skating. Freelance country music, do we have to, Courtney? Do we have to? I mean, we could, but do we have to? You know what, Josh? Good for you. And I was going back and forth between Aliona Savchenko and Bruno Massot and Wenjing Sui and Song Han, and I didn't know which way to go. But you know what tipped the balance for me, that I thought the Chinese were going to win? And in fact, 0.37 is where they kind of lost it. But I thought because of Bruno's back that he might not be 100%. But everything else pointed to the Germans, because you know what? They knocked it out of the park at the Grand Prix final. Not only do we have one Tar Heel from North Carolina, we have 2. Larry Joyner, Larry Wine. So good to see you here, considering you know nothing about figure skating. Courtney does not want Tessa and Scott to retire again. For the rest of my natural life, are you listening to me, Ilderton? Are you listening to me, Moyerland? Tessa and Scott, please just stay in, just for me. Actually, I don't know if I can take that kind of intensity. Seriously, that was fantastic. But I am so glad to have Gabriella and Guillaume. I just retweeted a tweet from Paul Perret from the ISU sort of media relations about their performance. Hold on, you're going to want to listen to this. Hold on. Okay, Gabby and Guillaume skating to their Ed Sheeran short dance in sort of the Skating with the Stars, or anyway, look for the retweet at Skating PJ. I just did it, and you know what? It's a terrific performance. So the fact that they are able to perform that well so quickly after the Olympics, wow, good for them. You know what, Jackie? I do too. I love the long lines of Gabriella and Guillaume. I love the fluidity. I think there isn't anything about what they do that isn't good for the sport of ice dancing. So it's so great to have them in the mix. And you know what? I was asked to sort of do a little bit of a kind of a wrap up about the Olympics and what I felt the legacy is going forward. And you know what I think it is, Paul?
What's that?
The coaching. You know what? There will never be another Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer, but you know what? I think that we have Marie-France Dubreuil, Patrice Lauzon, along with Pascal Denis, along with Romain Hagenauer in Montreal. That's the legacy, is the coaching. Ravi Walia out west, Brian Orser here in Toronto. There's just so many.
So how do you, with the coaching and the dancing, it's sort of, there seems to be these dynasties. It was the one, the Pasquale?
Pasquale Camerlengo. He's still in.
He's still in there, but a few years ago it was him. Then it was sort of Marina was there, and then it sort of moved to the Montreal scene. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that people want to go to where there's success. We don't call it ice skating, Larry Wayne. We call it figure skating. And Husky, Greer Patterson, everybody's here. This is Greer Patterson. You must have been pretty excited about the Japanese result with Yuzuru Hanyu. Right now, we are talking about coaching. And I think what happens is people are looking for success. They're looking for the best possible edge in figure skating, in competitive figure skating, and they're going to go to where those coaches seem to be breeding success. So we got some great successful coaches here in Toronto,
and why
in Canada.
Why do you think that happens? And it seems to be an ice dancing thing, where a lot of the top skaters will be sort of, going towards one place, one group of coaches.
And I think that it does move around. I mean, there was a time where everybody went to Barrie.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
Figure skating and ice dance as well. And Greer Patterson, you're wondering about if I have a little heater underneath the desk. From time to time we do, but honestly, the adrenaline keeps me so hot. Okay, it keeps my fingers cold, but everything else. And in Korea, they had these large size, those heating patches that we have that have the, Paul, those things that you open them up and they've got charcoal inside or whatever. I had one to sit on. It was great. And the backs of our jackets had these pouches where we could put them. So it was just fantastic. So that answers your question, Greer Patterson. I would have thought you're back on a plane somewhere. That would have been just me. So the coaching stuff, though, is very interesting because the skaters have to find what works for them. So Courtney's talking about Nam going back to Brian Orser. You know what? We don't know what works for any particular skater. So I think that's the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the results and sort of how skaters are kind of accomplishing. Hey, Josh Babb, we're going to talk synchro with you too. Guess what, guys? We're going to keep our Facebook Lives going all the way through to Synchro Worlds because CBC is covering Synchro Worlds. So coming up next, we have... so Josh Babb is coming to us from the United States. Very famous synchronized skating coach. Thank you for joining us. Greer Patterson, Tokyo Broadcasting. He's in the subway in Tokyo right now. Of course you are. And here I am in my virtual living room. So you guys have to make sure that you come and watch us on Junior Worlds on CBC a week from this Saturday. Then I'm off to Worlds for the whole week that's going to take place. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing, but I hope it's going to be a whole lot of fun. And I'm hoping to bring you guys as much kind of interesting content as possible.
And here's a link to the podcast this week where we talked about...
Hey, Amanda, we just saw each other in Korea. See you in Zagreb, Josh. Oh my goodness, everybody's talking to everybody.
Where you talk about your Olympic experience and you can get a link to watch the reality TV show that you're on.
Don't forget, I'm a big star now. In Korea, I was on a reality show. We had a viewing party. Amanda Swith-Greco was in my room. Josh and Joanne Shaw seem to be hooking up in Zagreb. I wish I was going to be there. Thank you, Elizabeth. I had it wrong. I thought it was this weekend. So Road to Olympic Games, March 17th. I want to talk about my Korean reality show before I go. The Kind Drivers. It was fabulous. It's on my Facebook page. Paul, did you post the link already?
Yes, it's on Facebook.
He's all over it. And because of that, my famous self was allowed to go to be recognized by a flight attendant. When I got on the plane, I still went to row 1 million. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. I am a huge star, Amanda Greco. You are absolutely right. Guys, at Skating PJ, I want you to follow me On where are they following me, Paul? YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel, right? And subscribe to it. That's the word I'm looking for. Follow me on my blog, right? pjkwong.com, Facebook page. Really, I am everywhere. Okay, girls and boys. See you next week. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye for now.